they are probably getting paid $7 to $12 per hour while I get paid less than $1 per hour. Parang doon ako na, what if maghanap na lang ako ng own client ko? There is a huge international market for Filipino talent. Parang feeling ko naman, naaapakan na yung human rights ko dito. Like, ganun ang nafe-feel ko, girl. Hi guys, I'm Aya. I've been a virtual assistant for almost 4 years now, and I just kind of wanted to share my journey with you guys because I don't know, maybe you also want to be a virtual assistant, maybe you're studying and you want this to be your future work, or you simply just want to work from home. Either way, I just want to share my experience on how I became a virtual assistant. So back when I was in third year college, and that was during the pandemic, alam niyo yan, like a lot of people wanted to have jobs kasi nga maraming na layoff. On my case, my mom, which was an OFW, parang na layoff din siya sa work. And syempre, hindi siya makapagpadala ng pera. Ako, I'm stuck here sa Pilipinas. And I live alone, by the way. So, meron naman akong ipon because yung mom ko naman nagpapadala dati. And I have an account naman kahit paano na napadala niya dati for basic expenses and sinasave siya. And so, I've always really wanted to work from home then. Mainly, number 1, because I'm an introvert. Number 2, mabilis maubos yung social battery ko. So, those were the top reasons why I wanted to work from home. And so, I applied to a lot of jobs. Nag-transcription jobs ako. And then nag-apply din ako to English tutors. But unfortunately, hindi ako nakapasa to most of it because hindi maganda yung, let's say yung computer ko, hindi siya maganda noon. Because again, I was just a student. And so I had a friend who worked at a local BPO company here in our area. And she was like earning good. And so parang ako, what if mag-apply din ako doon? And so I just kind of stopped muna doon sa work from home thing because it's just not attainable to me. And then nag-apply nga ako doon sa BPO job and luckily I got accepted. That is my first ever job. And because I'm thinking if I should be grateful, I am grateful, but at the same time, grabe yung experiences ko dun sa BPO. And if you guys are working in BPO right now or have worked in BPO, you probably know bakit ganun yung reaction ko. Being inside the BPO, yung training, yung requirements, like tinapon na lang kami agad actually without proper training. Because the main reason why they hired me is grabe yung queue ng calls. And basically, kami yung first line of defense na they just gave us a script but we have literally zero experience. First day on the job namin was like giving access, and then second day of the job was calls immediately. Kami agad yung pinalaban. Isipin mo, second day on the job, ang daming mga kanong nagmumura sa'yo like, you are such a this company is the worst. Ganun agad. So, nakakaloka siya. Me, then, I was so timid. Mahihain ako. Mahina ang loob ko, honestly. And naloka na agad ako, but I was like, you know what? This is a job. I won't take it personally. But you know, guys, alam niyo yan sa BPO, kahit you try to have that mindset, hindi talaga may iwasan na ma-internalize mo yun because that's emotional abuse. Like, isipin mo, siguro sa 20 calls mo, isa lang yung mabait na call. And you guys know that. And so, it was very hard in that sense. And then the second thing about BPO as well, which probably honed me into being this kind of VA, is that while working there, dun ko na-realize yung outsourcing. Parang may one time lang na yung kano na may-ari ng BPO was walking around in the office, like looking at us. And I don't know, basta yung feeling ko din, parang naman ako nasa zoo, bakit man parang ganun. Parang hindi ko na-feel yung, hala, nandyan si boss, kailangan mapakita natin na work. Kailangan, hindi ko yun na-feel. Parang na-feel ko is, basta hindi maganda yung feeling ko. Basta parang feeling ko nasa zoo ba kami, parang ganito. Basta iba kasi, iba. And the history to that BPO company wasn't good. And now that I'm sharing this, I should probably remove that BPO company to my LinkedIn. Anyways, that was really my main turning point na, wait lang, they are probably getting paid $7 to $12 per hour while I get paid less than $1 per hour. Parang doon ako na, what if maghanap na lang ako ng own client ko? What if maghanap na lang ako ng own work from home job? Marunong naman na ako makipag-usap sa mga Amerikano. So parang doon ako medyo, siguro 6 months in ko yun na talagang na parang lumabas lang siya sa utak ko. And then I actually told this to my seatmate and he was just like, ganun talaga, business is business. Kasi keme. Pero ako, I was so offended. Sabi ko, hindi. Manuman lang 30% ang pasahod nila sa atin. Or manuman lang keme. Hindi talaga. So I guess yung ugali kong yun was probably a good thing. But I don't know, siguro masama ako, I realized na there is a huge international market for Filipino talent. That's when I realized it. So, disclaimer lang, this is not an advice. During break or non-work hours, nag-aayos ako ng resume ko, naghahanap ako ng job online. That was when I was realized, yung mga listing nun was $5 per hour, $8 per hour. Magkano kinakita ko ngayon? Parang 60 pesos lang ako per hour or less. Ang malala pala dun sa account namin was 10 hours. 10 hours a day ang mandatory. And then, 6 days a week, I had 1 rest day. Sobrang lala nun. Ang lala ng burnout nun. And then, minsan 12 hours pa ang gusto nila. And then, sa company ko bawal kapag nag-refuse ka, that is absence. Kapag may absent ka for 1 day, that is kaltas 2,500 sa sahod mo. And then, for 2 days, kaltas 5,000. I am not kidding. If you're around Luzon, hindi ko na sasabihin yung province, you know this BPO, I'm not lying when I'm telling na ganon yung patakaran dun. Imagine, ang laki ng 5,000 pesos. Like, feeling ko isang buwan na grocery na yun or palengke. I feel na constant, feeling ko lang, office, workspace abuse. I just didn't like how the company ran things. I was so siguro meron naman ako utak para maisip na, wait lang, hindi to normal eh. Parang feeling ko naman, naaapakan na yung human rights ko dito. Like, ganun ang napifeel ko, girl. And so, ayun, parang on my head, there has to be another way to earn money. And so, yeah, back to what I was saying, hindi work hours, naghanap ako ng job, ganon. Tapos, baka sabihin niyo, wala ba kayo IT? Meron. Magaling lang talaga ako, charot. Pero I'm very lucky na hindi siguro ako nahuli, kaya thriving ako ngayon. I guess really, what I'm thankful for that BPO is I had the experience. Like, sa grabing pang-aabuso nila sa akin, maganda yung nakuha ko doon. Like, I'm a very timid, shy person. I would never, parang hindi ko maiisip na ngayon, marunong ako makapag-usap na ganito, natutuloy. Because dati parang, gano'n ako, like, manipis ako dati. And that's really the only thing that I'm thankful for na na-experience ko sa BPO. Having a BPO experience, hindi ko sinasabing kailangan mo ng BPO experience to be a virtual assistant, but that was a huge kickstarter for me. First na in-applyan ko was an agency. It's Pineapple. I got hired and I had 2 clients. With them, unfortunately, hindi full-time yung binigay sa akin kasi parang lottery system yun I think. Magbibigay lang sa'yo. But, ayun, the only reason why I quit, kasi nga hindi consistent, puro part-time yung binibigay nila. Imagine mo, yung first binigay nila sa akin, 3 hours per week. Anong gagawin ko sa 3 hours per week? Anong gagawin ko sa $15 na kita? But again, I'm very thankful kasi that's an experience. And then yung second na lang binigay was 10 hours per week. So that's 13 hours per week. And so during that time, naghahanap na ako ng full-time. I applied to another agency. And then I finally landed a full-time client. First interview, girl, 1 to 2 minutes. No bull. Hire agad ako. Because I knew how to talk to them. Like, parang I talk to them naturally. And that's one skill that I learned in BPO. So, yun talaga yung parang, thank you, kahit inabuso nyo ako, nakuha ko to, nagkaroon ako ng skill dito. And so yun, naging admin ako. I stayed with that client for 3 years. Kaya lang medyo nangabuso na rin, but that's another story for another vlog. And while I was working full-time with her, I tried finding a part-time job pa, and then I received a part-time job. And then yeah, that's how I became a virtual assistant. And dahil nga work from home ako, dahil virtual assistant ako, that's when I also started traveling. And yeah, up until now, we travel siguro 4 times a year internationally. And that's such a huge thing for me. Nakakapag-ipon ako, natitreat ko yung family ko, hindi ko tinitipid sarili ko, and nakakapag-travel ako, which is something na I hope ma-experience ng lahat ng tao. Like, I am so passionate of traveling. My other content will be traveling. But yeah, I just hope and wish everyone can travel. Like meron akong mga kabatch na nag-ask na paano ba mag-VA, ganyan. I literally help them because it changed my life. And I hope it changes yours. Kahit hindi VA, but a remote job, it will change your life. Like, so if you're watching this video, this is your sign to find a remote job or a virtual assistance job. If you have any questions or any videos that you want me to do, please let me know because I would love to help you change your life. Yun lang. Bye-bye. This is Chris, and don't forget to hit that follow button and comment if you have any questions. If you have anything that you want to know, I'm happy to help.